It's a beautiful little city coming through here, and
but our GPS has.
No, it's. I can't get used to the setup in Ohio where you guys will have a main street and a south main street in the same town.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not even sure where it becomes north and south. Somewhere in the middle.
But they don't refer to the north side as being north.
Hi, Scott.
Hello. How are you this morning? If I'd have known you were coming, I would have dressed up.
At least you wore a shirt.
I did wear a shirt. You know, our last guest did not have a shirt, but I have a shirt on. You wouldn't want to see it if the shirt was off. Trust me. At 10 after 8 in the morning. Well, I certainly thank you for coming in, Charlie. I think we'll have an interesting talk.
I'm looking forward to it, Scott. I really am. This whole trip has been a real trip for us.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
Just phenomenal. In reference to my quest. My quest really is to
Save it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. Save it for the interview.
Yeah.
I cannot find how to turn it back to the internal microphone. I'm watching the setting on yesterday. I found it yesterday. I cannot find it today.
That looks like Cece. Is that?
Yeah, he's coming in tomorrow morning.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Does he live up here?
Columbus.
He lives in Columbus.
Down in Columbus.
How about that? I did not know that.
So were we?
Yes. And that was an awesome little city. We went to the baseball game and
Show up good on camera.
Oh, really?
You do.
That's.
I like your Route 66 shirt, see? Yeah, make sure your Route 66 shows.
Oh, there it goes.
So you Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday, 6 to 9. So it works pretty well.
Yeah.
We have a lot
I had a
of fun.
hard time getting your station. I figured I'll pop them on because we're leaving Columbus. And
Yeah, we didn't pick it up until a few miles ago.
I had
Really?
.1 and .9. I mean, it was only a few miles down the road before I was able to pick it up.
There's some
Then we ran into the train.
Well, there's some station interference from Columbus, but usually you can pick it up by the time you get to Delaware, which is about 10 minutes outside of Columbus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be on in about 50 seconds.
Morning, Peter. Peter. Gotta give Peter a shout out. We're fighting for
Doing a
space.
shout out?
Fighting for the corner.
There we go.
Go.
You're on TV. We can get you in to take your shirt off too if you want.
That'd be cheating, but I have a second one.
And good morning. Scott Spears back with you on this Thursday morning, June the 28th, 2012, 8:13 in the a.m. Currently 67 degrees, sunny skies here in Marion. Winds are out of the south at 10 miles per hour, humidity 63%, visibility currently unlimited. A heat advisory is in effect today until 8 p.m. 11 a.m. this morning through 8 p.m. tonight could be the hottest day Ohio has seen since 1999, close to 100 degrees today. I think 98 is the prediction, and that is the regular temperature. Today, happy to be joined in studio by the subject of a new website, CancerSucks.tv, Charles Awad. Charlie is a cancer patient who has been documenting his journey with cancer through video blogs and writings, and very proud to have him in studio today. Charlie, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Scott. Thank you for having us, really.
Well, thank you so much for making the trip. I want to start in the very beginning. When were you diagnosed, what year, and what were you diagnosed with?
In 2004, and this is the point that I stress to people, in June of 2004, I saw telltale signs. And I guess this is the way where we need to do it. It's just in the stool. It was discolored, disformed, and I looked at it and I said, it's nothing. It's a polyp, and I scratched it. And then I postponed it, and then finally in November, I went and saw a gastrologist and had a colonoscopy. And they found one lousy polyp, but by that time the polyp had turned cancerous and was breaking through the wall and was classified as a stage 3 cancer.
When you first saw the problem in the stool, what did you think? I mean, in the back of your mind, did you think this could be more?
Yes, yeah, I did. In the back of my mind, I thought, yes, that this could be, but no, it's not. There's no history of cancer in my family, so no, it's nothing.
When you go to the doctor and they tell you what it is, how do you feel?
Actually, I felt relieved knowing that of what it was. Now, the unknown is what's hard to deal with, but knowing that it was cancerous and we'll have to go and we'll have to do surgery was in essence a relief for me. I got to say that my doctor had more problems with it. He hesitated in coming into the room to see me, and when he came in, he really couldn't look at me, and there was tears in his eyes. And he told me quickly, and he got out of the room.
And what was the prognosis?
We sent me to Harvey Shoup, a well-known surgeon. Actually, his license tag says butt doctor. But we went and saw Harvey, and he set this up, and I said to him, okay, so now when you're done, am I going to have a bag? And he said, yeah, maybe. I said, well, that's the case, I don't want it. We're not going to do this. And he said, no. He says, I do whatever I have to do to save your life. So we went to surgery, and he saved my butt, and he took 18 inches of my colon.
What does that feel like when you get out of surgery?
It's kind of ironic, but my scar is on the front. I can show you. No. I'll leave my shirt on.
Okay.
The scar is on the front, and I'm looking at this after they do all this and saying, this is how you get to the butt? You got to go through here? Oh, but it was a lot of pain. It really was. And then, of course, now you've got to start all over again they cut it on the lower 18 inches. So all the muscle is gone. All the working muscle to control your bowel movements, all of that's gone. And to this day, I still have some problems with that.
At this point, were you working a full-time job? What was your lifestyle like?
It was full. Yes, I worked a full. Actually, back then I was working 48 hours a week, 50 hours a week. But that didn't. All that came to a complete halt.
After surgery, what were you able to do, work-wise?
Nothing. When they cut the 18 inches out, they took lymph nodes and the whole bit, but they didn't get a clean border. So now we're off to chemotherapy, radiation, followed by more chemo. Took radiation and chemo via pills, 20 pills a day, along with the radiation. And then they mounted a port up in here, and this is where they'll do the IVs through here for the drips, for the toxic waste.
Tell me about, for people who've never went through it, what's it like to go through radiation? How do you feel, and what exactly happens?
Well, I don't want to scare people, but they actually build a jig. You get tattooed. From '04, I still have those tattoos on my butt. They build a jig out of lead, and they go in there and they position you and they cross the beams and everything, and then when they give you the radiation, 30 seconds. But as you obtain more and more and more radiation treatments, if they say radiation, that type of radiation doesn't burn, they're lying. It does. You can feel the burn inside. It's, I guess, like microwave in one sense. You get too close to it or in it, it's gonna cook you.
When it's over, how do you feel physically after a treatment?
After treatment,
Yeah.
back then, oh golly, actually when I was doing I would go every Thursday morning at 8 o'clock. They do my blood work. At 9 o'clock they'll start doing the drip through the port. About 11:30, 12 o'clock, I would leave there and go home, and then a home health care nurse would come in and hook up a bag for another drip, or pump I should say in that case, for 48 hours. So that takes you through to Saturday afternoon and you're totally done. Totally wasted. Then Sunday you feel a little bit better. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday's not a bad day. Then Thursday morning you start all over again. So.
Tell me about chemotherapy.
There's good and bad. And there are thousands of different chemotherapies, but they're all cancer specific. There was one that I was taking, and the secondary part of that was 5-FU. But when they would start at the hospital, they started pumping at, like I said, 9 o'clock. And 9:45, without looking at the clock, I knew what time it was. I would just start to slide down in the chair. But no, there's the last chemo that I took in January this year was not all that bad, but it wasn't effective. It didn't do anything to the tumor. Mind you, after that, I went to work, and everybody thought, wow, he's doing chemotherapy and leaving there and going to work. And actually, financially, it need to. But there are some nasty chemos out there. There really are. But hey, listen.
You were very lucky. You didn't lose your hair.
No, that's true.
You know,
see,
for any.
Hair's still there.
His hair's
Looks
still
good.
there.
Looks good, nice and thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did thin it on a couple occasions, but it did come back. I just lost that point. Whatever.
Well, some of the chemos totally
yeah.
debilitate you. Some of the
Yes.
chemos you lose your hair completely. You're totally exhausted the whole time.
If there's no pain, there's no gain. So,
This is 2003, am I right? When this first 2004.
Yeah.
You took the chemo, you took the radiation. When those were done, where were we at that point? What did the doctors think?
Oh, well, actually, the prognosis was that if you get past 5 years, you got it licked. So
Take me through the next few years.
well, the next few years, to start off, every 3 months you go see the doctor. They check you over and just how you feeling, and it really wasn't all that bad. Still had all the symptoms that from the surgery that were butt related. And then after a year, you go to every 6 months to go see them. And I was just getting ready to come to my last doctor's visit, and Dr. Cali said, "So Charlie, how you feeling?" I said, "Don't feel good." I said, what's the matter? I said, don't know. I have no idea. But I don't feel good. Something's telling me something's wrong. So they ran CAT scans and with the contrast, and sure enough, it showed up colon cancer. In those stages, it's in your blood. But it has an avenue that it likes to travel, and colon likes to end up in your lung. So in my bottom of my right lung, the third lobe of my right lung, there was a little 10.
At the size of your tip of your
about
pinky.
the size of a pencil, or the eraser on a pencil. And the doctor said, well, we need to go in there. If we need to go in and biopsy this, then we might as well just go in and remove it. So they traveled in through from my right, through the back, spread the ribs, went in, pulled out this tumor that was sitting right next to a major artery. So they pulled that out, and then we go back to more chemo treatments, and going along, and every 3 months, going, not bad, not bad. Then all of a sudden, one trip, same as previous, Charlie, how are you feeling? Don't feel good. What's wrong? Really can't tell you what's wrong. So we run another CAT scan, and I came right back in the same place, only now it's bigger. Not much bigger, but bigger. Said we'll have to, gonna have to do surgery and go in, and we'll go in through the same path. And I told my surgeon, my thoracic surgeon, I said, his nurse, I said, you know what? There should be some warranty on this stuff. I don't know, it's 14 months later we got to do this all over. Well, the day we went in to talk with the doctor, Patty, the nurse, had already told him about it. So we get in there, and he leans over and like he's saying something to Val, and then comes over and he stands in front of me and puts both hands on my shoulder and says, Charlie, he said, I'm sorry. But if you had bought the extended warranty, that would be covered. Oh. But you know, you have to have humor with this. You know, if you really get serious about it and depressed, and a lot of people do, and we counsel a lot of folks that are going through this, and talk to them and talk them through it. It's not the end of the world.
How do you not get depressed? How do you think it's not the end of the world after 3 bouts like that?
Actually, God only puts upon your shoulders what you can carry.
A lot of people lose their faith during things like this. How have you kept yours?
Well, you just have to be a believer. You know, that God will look after you, and God will steer you in the right direction. God will tell you what to do.
Do you ever say, why me?
No, I can't say that I ever did. Why me? He's got something he wants me to do. Now, after the first one, you know, I didn't do much of anything. Then after the second one, I really didn't do much of anything. And then after going in the third time and having the whole third lobe removed, then I start saying, you know what? He's keeping me around for a reason. What is it? And I tried to figure it out. We would counsel. We were offered the MD Anderson, a beautiful hospital in Orlando. The patients that they refer.
Newly diagnosed, and their caregivers. And
yes, yeah, their caregivers. You know, Val's my caregiver, and if it wasn't for her as my support, I don't think that I could go through all of what I've gone through. But I'm not contradicting what I'm saying. But spiritually, I have the strength that God is steering me in the right direction to do something.
People with cancer talk about stages.
Yes.
What exactly do you have in the stage department? And we know it was in your lung, it was in your colon, right?
Uh-huh.
So where are we today?
Okay. Right now, well, actually, I'm in remission right now.
Good.
Because we haven't got to the 4th time yet, but It's in stages. Stage 1 is that you've got a polyp that is starting to show discoloration. Stage 2, you've got a polyp that is definitely black and cancerous. Stage 3 is what I had. That polyp, that cancer tumor, is now protruding through the colon wall. And stage 4, it's already through the wall and is attaching itself to other organs within that area. Oh.
So right now you're stage 3?
I'm a stage 3.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a stage 3. Right now, well, like I said, in remission, but yeah, I'm stage 3 4-time because it's all classified as colon cancer. So,
Tell me about the 4th diagnosis. When did it happen and what happened?
well, same concept. I went back to Dr. Kayali and hey Charlie, how you doing? Said, how you feeling? Don't feel good.
You went early. You weren't feeling well. You went a
Well,
month early because you just knew something was wrong.
Well, that's
and
true.
You didn't want to wait.
That's true. I did, and but it's kind of the doctor's appointments were scheduled for November, right? November, and September I called and I said I want to change my doctor's appointment. There's nothing available. No, the schedule's booked solid. Okay. All right. I have a CAT scan due coming up. Yes, I see that on it. Can I change that CAT scan? Oh yes, you can do that. I said, good. Can I do it next week? So all knowing well that as soon as I did the CAT scan, the results are going to go to the doctor, and if there's anything there, he's going to call me. And if there's nothing there, then I may get a call from Patty. So we did the CAT scan. We did it with the contrast. And that son of a gun popped up now in my left lung on the lower side. So back into to see Kayali and then Luis Herrera, my thoracic surgeon. They're all in the same, just like on this floor. You got this room here. They're all there together. We scheduled. He said, "Well, we're going to do this differently. But I'm not going to go in through the back. We're going to go in through a couple spots in the side. We'll go in with a scope and pick it up and cut it off."